Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Philadelphia Open Series. I'm Glenn Jones, joined in the sideboard by Chris VanMeter.
Hello.
CVM, as I will refer to him for the remainder of the interview, as according to his contract.
Yeah.
So you're playing the White, Black, Red Humans list, same one Brian Braun-Duin is playing. I hear told he's been playing it on Moto like all week, and you audibled to the deck over the past couple days after seeing it at work.
Yes.
And your list is pretty interesting. Obviously, we just saw Humans winning the Cincinnati Standard Open in the hands of Nick Mudd, and that list was running typical Humans aggro, Champion of the Parish, up to Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. Nothing too surprising along the way. You guys have done a little trimming, specifically on the Champion of the Parish side of things.
Yeah.
So what made you want to not play Champion of the Parish?
Well, Champion obviously has great synergy with cards like Gather the Townsfolk and Zather Necromancer, but when you don't have those cards, or you just draw a Champion in the mid to late game, it's just like worse than the Doom Traveler, which is not where you really want to be as a card. So.
Sure, okay. One of the unique things about this deck list is you guys are still playing Gather the Townsfolk. It's a card, I don't think I've ever seen it in a deck outside of some junk tokens list like way back when.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in a deck without a Champion of the Parish, I don't think.
Yep.
And this is the first time it's really getting to shine on its own. Obviously, the big reason for that, its synergy with Zather Necromancer. To a lesser extent, obviously, Cartel Aristocrat and Falcon Wrath Aristocrat are factors, but I assume Zather Necromancer is really the big selling point.
Yeah, Necromancer is really the big selling point, and then that also, because we're playing Gather in the main, it gives us value to play Sorin in the main as well, which makes additional token strategies very good. Plus, it still allows us to play Intangible Virtue out of the sideboard, which is a very good way to combat all the curses and bonfires.
That's always been one of my favorite parts about these decks, the way it sideboards so well against its opponent's options.
Yeah.
It's a little better against hate than, say, Junk Aristocrats, which had more difficulty adapting to a lot of the options, especially because it was so weak against, reanimator strategies. Had to take up all those slots with Death Red Shamans, but you don't have that problem. The White, Black, Red lists are much more aggressive. You've got Falcon Wrath Aristocrat to really clock in. So let's move on. We've talked about the Sorins, which give you, that upper high-end curve. They were very good in Junk a little while ago. Still quite good in this deck. You've also added Obsidats to the main deck. How are the Obsidats playing out?
Obsidat's awesome. I'm not surprised that I'm playing a BBD deck that has Obsidat in it. I'd be surprised if it didn't, to be honest. Obsidat is just very good against all of the decks that the rest of our deck strategy isn't very good against. So like all the control decks that are going to try and out-attrition us with our Lingering Souls deck, sometimes they do, but Obsidat just punishes them, since we can attack them on a different angle from what the rest of the deck is attacking them on.
Okay.
Plus, the life gain can be relevant, and we're wanting to play 25 lands in these types of decks anyways because of specialty lands like Gavany Township or whatnot, and so being able to cast Obsidat is rarely a problem.
So, just out of curiosity, what percentage of post-Thero standard decks do you think BBD will build that include Obsidat, Ghost Council? I'm just curious. What's your read?
90 plus.
I don't even think that's that unreasonable. He's in love. The man.
We've been talking about trying to work on Porphyros, and he's like, all right, I want to build a red deck, and then we're just going to play Obsidat with it.
Yeah, well, sure. There's synergy there. You get in 4, you gain 2. What's not to like? It's like a reverse char. Last but not least, Vault of the Archangel has been one of the go-to lands in Aristocrats for a pretty long time, since I believe it even first came out, and it's been included in a number of lists. And recently, I know I saw Sam Pardee playing Slayer Stronghold online, which I found very interesting. We talked a little bit about that when we saw it on Above the Curve. You guys have also gone to Slayer Stronghold in your version of Aristocrats. How is it working out for you today?
Slayer Stronghold has been really awesome. So it's the type of card that allows you to play both offense and defense. So it gives the creature vigilance, which is super relevant. But you also get in these situations in the mid to late game where you're trying to battle through Thragtusk, and instead of just attacking them and then chumping, our chump blocks can actually kill the Thragtusk and just start to whittle them down, being able to make any of our 1/1 tokens a 3/1 token.
That matters a lot, to be sure. I personally tried to Slayer Stronghold in a Naya deck not too long ago. I was looking forward to Selesnya charming some Olivia's and Boros Reckoners, but it didn't really work out for me that way. But I think it's an exceptional land, and it's kind of sad to me that we're only really seeing Slayer Stronghold at the end of its run start to do this kind of work. It's been around a long time, but we saw it pop up in Craig Wesco's Boros deck, Sam Pardee's deck that I just talked about, you guys. I think that, you know, it's a heck of a card. I hope we get to see it a little bit more than just Primeval Titan Amulet combos in Modern.
Yeah, like, I agree. I feel like the card would be awesome if it were in Ravnica. Like, it feels like that's the type of format for
Yeah, as we move into these, like, 2 card, especially Chain to the Rocks, we've got some incentive to go Boros now.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go Stronghold. All right. Well, CVM, you're off to a fine start in the Open. I want to wish you good luck. Got a few more rounds to go. Hopefully we'll see you in the top 8. Thanks.
I hope so. It'd be nice.